Over this past weekend, we sent a crew to the Manzanar Japanese internment camp to meet the survivors who gather there once a year. Ariana Bennett was there and has this story live from the newsroom. It's been a great three-part series. But Ari, I think it's pretty interesting. This really wasn't what you expected, right?
Yeah, that's right. And we knew we would find survivors, and we knew we would see reminders of a dark part of America's history. But we really didn't expect to see generations of Japanese Americans standing up in defense of a different group entirely. It's a story you'll see only on Channel 2. Like a rallying beat for the troops, these traditional Japanese drums call the survivors of Manzanar and generations after together to remember.
She was betrayed by her country, by them taking her civil rights away from her.
The Manzanar pilgrimage is a mostly somber ceremony as survivors share stories of forced removal from homes and years spent within barbed wire fences.
By the people of that democracy.
But there's also an undercurrent of anger at a period of our history sometimes forgotten.
For decades, almost no one talked about or wrote about America's concentration camps.
That anger motivated redress through the Civil Liberties Act of 1988 and secured reparations for Japanese Americans. But they still feel their work isn't done.
The political and social climate in our country feels strangely familiar. Calls to exclude people based on religion or to create a Muslim registry emanate from many elected officials today.
The Manzanar community is worried. They see the possibility that history could repeat itself, this time with Muslim Americans.
It happens in different ways. Maybe it wouldn't be physical, an actual camp. The Muslim registry, if you have everybody's information and you keep track of them, it's just like having a bracelet on your ankle.
It was necessary for us to come and be reminded of the history of this nation. During World War II, you had storefronts that said such horrible things such as Japs keep moving. Today we have Muslim-free zones. We are in a moment where we have to fight for our rights.
With unusual allies, but allies nonetheless.
I think seeing folks from the Japanese American communities of all generations show up today and speak so strongly and so supportively of the Muslim American community gives me hope that if anything were to go down, I would not be alone in this struggle.
Now, we've been doing stories on the Manzanar pilgrimage all week. If you would like to see our earlier coverage, you can find that on our website. That's KTVN.com. Covering the story live, Ariana Bennett, Channel 2 News.